Let's count down.
What if there was a podcast where one NFL legend talked about football? What about two NFL legends? This is Wideout's World, where the gridiron comes alive. NFL legends Irving Fryar and Michael Timpson, breaking down the game from the ultimate insider perspective. Game recaps, upcoming previews, and exclusive analysis straight from the minds of those who've been in the trenches. Wideout's World. Let's do it.
Are you ready for some football?
We're ready for some football, baby.
Hey, we're ready for some football. It's football night again.
Football night again.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to Wideout's World. I'm your host, Michael Timpson, along with my co-host, Reverend Dr. Irving D. Fryar. And the D stands for, what is it?
Dale.
Doggone it.
Well, you going to say David, wasn't you? Oh, doggone it. Doggone it.
Doggone it. So welcome, everyone, to Wideout's World, another edition. We're in week 4, and we're here to talk all things NFL. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Wait. They don't know you celebrated a birthday on Sunday, so happy belated birthday.
Thank you, brother. I'm getting old. Another trip around the sun.
No, you getting better. Like fine wine.
We getting better. We still getting old. Time don't work on our side.
Well, that's like fine wine.
Okay, I'm like fine wine. All right.
There you go, brother.
Listen, you said it clicked something when you said it's week 4. You know, it's different now in the NFL than it was when we played. The preseason is like, it's not really a preseason. They really don't play. So now the narrative is you got to give the teams 4 weeks into the season. No, that's right. That's the narrative, right? You hear them say it in terms of whether it's the local radio for sports, whether it's national ESPN or some of those national sports shows. Everybody says now you got to give teams in the NFL 4 weeks for them to figure out, get on pace, to figure out one another, whatever it is they're going to do. Got to give them 4 weeks. So
do you agree with that?
I don't agree. Well, I agree with the fact that, we got to wait to see what these teams are going to do, given the fact that they don't play in the preseason, the starters. So, it's going to take some time for them to start gelling. But I don't agree with why that is the case, and that is because the starters don't play in preseason. I think eventually they're just going to do away with the preseason, have these joint practices, and just start the season. But so I said all that to say this: it's week 4, so we've had a bunch of ups and downs and ins and outs. After this week, we're supposed to be able to see the true caliber of teams that are out there. Whoever's going to be at the top, whoever's going to play and have great offenses or great defenses. After this week, according to the experts and according to the teams, we ought to be able to see who's going to do and who's going to be what.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Taking that into consideration, if you start off 0-4, does that mean you still a contender, or you're a 0-4, really an 0-4 team?
Well, I think if you start out 0-4, you may get it together and win some games, but you're not going to be a contender.
So it does matter.
You're behind the 8 ball when you lose your first 4 games. You got your back against the wall. You lose first 4 games, you're 0-4.
But according to them, what you're saying, don't even count it.
Well, then they shouldn't count it. Then everybody should be 0-0 next week. But no, they count it. I guess you just got to hold on. If you're not a very good team, you got to hold on and do the very best you do. But we can see it. We will probably talk about a couple of teams tonight that we thought, at the beginning of the season that they were going to be this or they were going to be that. They were going to be a top tier team. And they probably played pretty good in the first couple of weeks, but now things may be falling off. And we're surprised at how they haven't shaped up the way we thought they would be. But this is supposed to be the telltale week where everybody going into the 5th week of the season is supposed to be on point and playing better football, or at least playing at the level that they're going to be identified with for this particular season.
Okay, after this week, I better not hear not one person say, they still figuring it out. Give them another week.
No, and that's my point exactly. That's my point exactly. I'm going to say it on my other shows. I'm going to say it on shows that people ask me to come on. Okay, we're going to give them grace because you all want to give them grace for the first 4 weeks. Early in the season, they're not quite gelling yet. Blah, blah, boo, boo, all that stuff. No more excuses after this week. None.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what. So we'll wait and see. So hey, let's start off with the NFL news. Okay. I got a good one for you. I got a good one for you.
Can I do some shout outs first before you go?
Sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Billy Bell. When we came on, Billy Bell was on. Hey, what's up, Billy Bell? Eddie Casper. That's our two buddies. Billy Bell and Eddie Casper. Dawn is in the house. Hey, Dawn. Ben Straight. They're all saying happy birthday to me. Thank you very much. And how about the green? What do you say? How about green Tampa Bay turn this week? How green they turn. Eddie Casper put up a cake. Thanks, y'all, for supporting. Thanks for being with us today. And kick it, Mike. Go ahead and kick it with your news. Right. Hot news.
So here's my news. And you being where you are, you've heard it. And this is right down your alley. Okay. So here's the quote. If you're not welcome.
Well, that's my, go ahead. Yep.
Not listened to, quietly withdrawn, don't make a scene, shrug your shoulders, and be on your way.
That's it right there.
It's from A.J. Brown. That's his tweet about, I guess he's saying, obviously, whatever he's saying with regards to his play and his lack of involvement and so on and so forth. Okay. So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, now they're saying that's from the Bible. And I'm like, must be the Message Bible. And sure enough, I went and read, that's the Message Bible. That's not the King James version of that particular passage. And being a Bible scholar such as you are, that passage, as you well know, talks about Jesus is instructing his disciples on how to deal with people that are rejecting their message.
Right.
And that's what that boils down to.
Right.
So he's utilizing that. Now, Jesus is instructing his disciples to shake off the dust, and don't get carried away with what people are doing. That's what it says to me.
Or and not doing. People doing or not doing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Thank you. And to shake it off and go on about your business. Now, here's the thing that's interesting about that quote, how he used it. He said, don't make a scene. Well, AJ, you're making a scene.
He made a scene.
He made a scene. Number 2, the difference for me is he's not a team player, man. And we keep hearing this year in and year, and they're winning. And to contrast it, I'll give you the perfect example. Hey, look at this 2,000-yard rusher that you got in the backfield. He ain't getting a ton of carries, but they're winning.
Not getting a ton of yards either.
And you don't hear a word. So for me, this tweet says I'm not a team guy. It's all about me. And for that, I'm not real crazy about. I love him as a player, but I just wish he would just not make a scene.
Right.
Do like a Barkley does and strap up and go to the next play. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, that's my news of the week as well, because obviously it's all over the radio. It's all over the sports here, for local sports here in this area. And, it's not the first time. Okay, that's one of the biggest parts of the conversation, is that this is something that happened last year and the year before. You sitting on the sideline with a book, reading the book. I mean, who takes a book to the sidelines reading a book and knowing that everybody sees everything that you're doing on the sidelines? So he did that intentionally. This is also, this tweet that he put out that you just read, he did that 2.5 hours after the game. So he was they were probably either in the plane on the way back or on the bus on the way to the plane, but he was with his teammates still. He wasn't by himself. He was still with his teammates when he did posted the tweet, knowing that, it's going to ruffle some feathers, knowing that it's going to get attention. He did that last year when the same game that Saquon Barkley, and my definition of, or my explanation or interpretation of why he did it last year was because A.J. Brown wasn't the man anymore. Right. And he did something similar last year, the same game that Saquon Barkley broke the single season rushing record for the Eagles, and they won their spot as division champs. Right. That same game. And then he's saying things and tweeting things and being a distraction. And that whole week, rather than everybody celebrating Saquon, rather than everybody celebrating the fact that the Eagles had made it and had a bye as division champs, everybody was talking about A.J. Brown. And so, he is a problem. As you said, I don't believe that he is a team player because, come on, man, they're winning. They're one of two teams right now in the NFL after 4 weeks of the season that are undefeated. There's only two teams that are undefeated right now. That's the Eagles and the Bills. I'm surprised that Wisconsin's not on here right now. The Bills and the Eagles are the only two teams in the league that are undefeated right now. I don't know about you, Mike, but I'd be willing to give up all my catches in the NFL to have a Super Bowl champion ring. They're the champs. Yeah. They're Super Bowl champs. And they got a legitimate chance. I mean, because they're not playing well right now. I mean, they did the opposite this week against Tampa that they did the week before against the Rams. They came out and was thunderbolts during the first half, and they couldn't do anything in the second half, but they're still winning, and they're undefeated. And I thought, at least when we played, the number one thing was W's. That's what we're out there for, to win. When did individual stats become more important than team wins? And so it's a problem. And now it's not like he's not getting targeted. And we're going to talk about some of this when we talk about the game, but it's not like he's not getting targeted. He only had 2 catches this week, but he got 9 targets. He got the ball thrown to him 9 times. In the fourth quarter, he got more targets than anybody else. And that's the other thing. You don't hear Devontae Smith saying a word. Right. And Devontae could start on anybody's team. He plays Robin on the Eagles because of AJ. But he could when Devontae was here his rookie year before AJ got here, Devontae was rolling. He set the rookie receiving record for the Eagles. Yeah. So you mark my word. If the tide turns and they start losing, and he starts that stuff, his teammates are going to say, "You know what? I'm sick of you with that." Well, here's the thing of it now. I think they should probably say that now because, like I said, this is the 3rd or 4th time something like this happened with A.J. Brown over the course of the last 3 years. And for me, it's a punk move. What's going on, Rodney? It's a punk move. It's a female dog move, if I can say that. Because if I got a problem, I should go talk to my teammate. I should go talk to my coach. I shouldn't, in this day and time of social media, post it on social media. Right. That's a punk move. So that also just lets you know where he is emotionally and psychologically and mentally. He's I don't know. It's a problem. It's a problem. And then also, I looked at some of the plays where the ball was thrown to him in the game this past week.
Is he not getting open? I didn't see that part.
He doesn't get why he doesn't create a lot of separation, Mike. When you look at the catches that he made against the Rams when they made that comeback in the second half, those DBs, what was his name? Emmanuel. He was all over his back. And he was coming back and reaching for the ball and muscling the ball and shaking the defender off and running down the field. But the defender was right there on him. And this week, he wasn't coming back to the ball. The ball may have been a little late a couple of times, but that being the case, he could have done the same thing or should have done the same thing he did last week. keep coming back to the ball. He didn't keep coming back to the ball this week, and that's why the DBs were able to get their hand in there and make plays on what he was doing. He doesn't run great routes. Don't get me wrong. He's not a great route runner. He's a big guy who muscles his way around, who has some speed and has great hands, strong hands. So he makes, when you throw a 50-50 ball up, you know, it's like 60-40, maybe even 70-30 in favor of him, because he has the ability to body guys up and make plays.
To your point, Irv, I noticed this last week and we didn't touch on it. He pushes off more so than I thought.
What? Yeah. That's why I said he's not a great route runner, because he uses his hands to create leverage.
Now think back to when we were playing. I mean, you could get away with an elbow, maybe.
Right. You get away with something like that, but you wouldn't get away. Boy, they extend the hand, and even the DBs in today's game, they're handsy as well, all the way down the field. You noticed that? Have you noticed that lately?
Yeah, man.
DBs all the way down the field. They could get pass interference. Back in our day, they could get pass interference every play, every time the ball comes that way, because they're all handsy down the field.
It has changed. It has changed big time. Hey, they just kicked off the Dolphins game, so I have that on. They have on all black with like aqua.
Who got black on? The Dolphins?
The Dolphins do.
It didn't work for the Ravens last week, so.
And the uniforms, you know, I'm trying to get into the uniform. It ain't that nice.
No, everybody going with all black. Bunch of people on right now. Ben Straight. Let me read what Ben said. Rodney Lewis is in the house. My mom is in the house. Thanks, Mom. Okay. Billy Bell says that AJ Brown is a diva. Thank you for the happy birthday, Rodney Lewis. Ben Straight says it's fair what you're saying, but how does that feel to you compared to the players who are there losing, not being used, and happy as a pie to just be there?
Well, I think we both agree. If you're losing, I can see that a little bit more. Right.
Collect the check. He did the same thing last year. That's right. He did the same thing. BG called him out the very next week and got it all cleaned up. Yeah. Somebody, like Mike said, Ben, somebody within the team, one of his teammates, is going to have to confront him and tell him to stop the flabbernackle. Is that a good word? Stop the flabbernackling. Stop. Because it just causes problems. Now what? Instead of focusing on the Broncos next year, next week, they're going to be asked questions about this.
And then guess what happens? You notice what does Hurst do? Now he's going to force him.
He's going to try to force the ball to him, yeah. And you can't do that. And then I'm not saying that there have not been times that Jalen should have thrown him the ball. There have been times that Jalen should have thrown him the ball, or thrown the ball to Devontae, or thrown the ball to Dallas Goedert. But he doesn't take chances with the ball. He just doesn't. I mean, he just doesn't. So is A.J. Brown ever going to catch 100 balls here with the Eagles? Nope. He can go somewhere else and catch 100 balls, 120 balls, like, Justin Jefferson.
You got a whole bunch of talent. Yeah. You got to spread that ball around.
Yeah. But he's the only one complaining. Yeah. He's the only one complaining. Saquon Barkley hadn't said a word. He's not getting any yards.
I hope it changes. I mean, they're the defending Super Bowl champs. They're undefeated. I just hope his perspective changes a little bit.
Did you see the Super Bowl rings they got? Man, he need to shut up and just be happy.
Is that the one with the wings that come out?
Yeah, the wings come out. What? And you telling me he's not happy? Come on, man. You making $30 million a year. Come on, brother. Come on. Yeah, come on, man. And the team is winning. Yeah. And it's only the fourth game of the season. You got a long season to go. You're going to catch your balls. Richard Melton's in the house. We're waiting for you to come on, Richard. Gregory Bridges is in the house. Teresa Gardner is in the house. Everybody saying happy birthday. Hello. Thank you. Right. Orlando Council, Pettigrew. Hey, stay inside the locker room. Happy birthday from Camden. Yes, it should stay inside the locker room. You're correct. John Ways is in the house. Hey, John Ways. Shout out to you. Subtract Barkley last year and you won't. That's right.
That is so
Barkley's
true.
The one. Gary Timpson. What's up, my brothers? Happy B-Day, Irving. Brother. That's your brother?
My brother's birthday is today.
Oh, happy birthday to you, GT. Yeah. Happy birthday to you.
So Irv. So here's the other one that I want to get to before we move on.
You got more news?
You're gonna laugh at this one. Okay, the Indianapolis Colts wide receiver. Now he's going for like 70 yards, and he's getting ready to celebrate, and the ball slips out of his hands, and it goes out of the end zone. So now it's wideouts world. That's wideouts news.
Mm-hmm.
Have anything like that ever happened to you?
No, I've never. Listen, because I was, obviously I played high school ball in New Jersey, and my coach in high school was Mr. Petrillo as a freshman and Mr. Gordon for varsity. They were old school, Doc. They did not play. Look, Mr. Petrillo, as our freshman year, we were undefeated my freshman year, and we were playing this one particular team that we should have been beating really good. At halftime, we were probably only leading. We were winning, but we were only winning by like maybe a touchdown. Instead of going inside for halftime and getting a rest and getting some water, Mr. Petrillo took us behind the bleachers for the visitor side, and we had to play. We did bull in the ring over there, all of the halftime, and then we came back on the field. Now you go to jail for that kind of stuff now, and we came back on the field and whooped them boys' butt. And then obviously in Nebraska, we played tough guy stuff. So there was no celebration. You better hold on to that ball till you get to the end zone. When you get to the end zone, you get the ball to the referee, come back to the bench, sit down and shut up. That's the way we played.
It's a different era, Mal. And I saw that kid do that, and then it just wound up as a touchback. I was just like, wow.
Well, because they're getting ready to do their choreographed celebration, the things that they're allowed to do now. So when he got close to the end zone, that's what he started thinking about, what his celebration was going to be and who he was going to include on his celebration and where exactly on the field he was going to do it and how many beats it took to step to the left and how many beats it take to step to the right, and he forgot about the ball. Deshaun Jackson did that. Deshaun Jackson did that some years ago.
Yeah.
99 and a half just won't do, y'all. You got to go 100. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
All right.
But yeah, that's
you got any quick news before we move on to top wideouts? You got any quick news?
No, my news.
AJ
my news was AJ. I just and I think it's a bad look, and particularly like for him, being a top receiver, for him. Wanting to get paid. They redid his contract last year before the season started. That was an awesome thing that the Eagles do. They make sure they take care of the players. Right. And last week, he caught 6 balls for 100 and some yards. He was rolling last week. So it's 1 week. It's 1 freaking week.
Okay, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that there so we can go on to the top wideouts. Your Dolphins, Irv, just kicked the field goal. And they still haven't sold that place out. I grew up right next door to it.
Why they got to be my Dolphins?
They never sell that out. They never. You played for them.
They never sell it out because they don't have a steady. Let me say,
right.
They have an influx and outflux of people who come in. It's a melting pot.
They always got something to do.
It's a melting pot down there. So they don't have a steady flow of consistency when it comes to their fans. Their fans are all over the place.
All right, top wideouts. All right, this week was very interesting. I can't wait to hear what your top 3 are. I'll let you go first.
You gonna let me go first?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You're thinking long. You're thinking wrong.
No.
Wrong?
Romeo Dobbs is my 3. He's my 3rd. Okay. I'm gonna go backwards. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Romeo Dobbs. He's in that 40-40 overtime win or tie, I should say.
Okay.
And he's with the Green Bay Packers. 6 catches, 58 yards, but he's the only one in terms of receivers this week that caught 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
Important, heated. I mean, that game, I don't know if you watched it all. I didn't get a chance to watch it all, but it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, just big play after big play. I don't know where the defenses were on either team. So
that's why how you give him some dap? They ain't have no defense playing against him.
I give him dap because he got 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do as receivers. We score. We do catch balls. Don't get me wrong. We make great catches, but the ultimate is to score touchdowns. That's what we do. Okay. The quickest way to get there is through the air.
So if he had 3 catches for 6 yards and he got 3 touchdowns, you're good with that.
Oh, he's my number one. He'd have been my number one. But he's the only one that caught 3 touchdowns this week, and there was only 2 other people that caught 2 touchdowns. One was George Pickens, and the other one was Amon-Ra St. Brown. Everybody else, either no touchdowns in the rankings or 1 touchdown. So, he put it in.
Okay. All right,
Only one that scored 3. So he's my 3. And my 2 is George Pickens. In that same 40, he stepped up. He really did step up. CeeDee Lamb is out. He had a great play, about 34 yards out, caught a little out, shook the cornerback, and ran down the sideline. Showed a little speed. I didn't know Pickens had that kind of speed. Showed some speed and made it into the end zone. So he stepped it up. The Cowboys are 0-3 without CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
So that was
big.
There's a tie. They didn't win the game, but Pickens did step up. He did play a really, really good game. 8 receptions. He got targeted 11 times though. 8 receptions, 134 yards, 2 TDs, 16.8 average. 28-yard reception was his longest, but he did play well. And it's good to see him playing well because I know he left Pittsburgh kind of with a bitterness attached to him. And I think he's found a good place with Dak. And as soon as CD gets back, I think there'll be a great couple of receivers, a duo, great duo. And my number one is probably your number one is Puka Nacua. That cat, man, I told you last week when I described, I saw him in person. I didn't get the chance to see him his rookie year. I was out in California and watched the game that he played, and he didn't play that well in that particular game. But man, this year when I saw him play against the Eagles, though the Rams did lose that game by way of a blocked field goal, man, Puka he's a baller, man. That was a win against the Colts, 27-20. He had 13 receptions, 170 yards, 1 TD, and he has a 13.1 yard average. Now, 10 receptions in game 1, right? 8 receptions in game 2, 11 receptions in game 3, 13 receptions in game 4, right? He's got 42 receptions.
Yeah.
4 games in, he's got 42 receptions, 503 yards. Most receptions in 4 games. He's tied, actually. Most receptions in 4 games in NFL history.
He's on pace for like 150 catches.
To break the record. That's right. That's what I was going to say next.
It's crazy.
And he had set the rookie record 2 years ago. And then Neighbors broke that last year. But yeah, he's on pace, man. And that was the thing too that was interesting to see or noticeable last week when the Rams played the Eagles at the Link was that Matthew Stafford wasn't on point. Matthew Stafford wasn't delivering the ball like he normally does because, man, that dude can chunk the ball. And he was off in that game. But he wasn't off against the Colts. He was chunking it. And Puka Nacua was catching it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good list. But
you got a better list?
As our friend Stephen A. Smith says, the list is fluid.
The list is fluid?
All right, here you go.
Stephen A. Okay, Stephen A.
My number 3 is George Pickens.
Okay.
My number 3. Like you said, he delivered as the number 1 receiver since CeeDee Lamb is out. The thing about it is interesting was his touchdown, his 28-yard touchdown. The DB, Irv, was like 15 yards off of him. He ran it out.
That's what I said. He ran it out. That's the one I'm talking about. He ran it out, and it shook him.
I'm saying, like, where is the DB? And then I saw one clip. He was about 12 to 13 yards
to start with.
I mean, you're backing up. I mean, it's like I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, they were playing. It was late. It was late in the fourth quarter. I think there was only like 40-something seconds left. So they're playing. They do that. They were playing safe ball, and when you play it safe, you're gonna lose. You can't play it safe like that.
I mean, that's a little too safe.
And I guarantee you that DB, that silly, not very smart defensive back, thought that when Pickens caught that ball and that out, he was going to run out of bounds.
Yeah. And he was a backup DB as a matter of fact.
Oh, well, he's a backup for a reason.
My number 2 is is actually your number one, Puka Nakua. I mean, statistics don't lie. I mean, he had 15 targets, and you talked about the stats. This week 13 catches, last week 11 catches.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just balling, and there's nothing that wows you about him other than the fact that he's tough.
Yep.
He gets open and he catches the ball.
Catches that ball in traffic.
There's nothing that you say, oh wow, look at this specimen. None of that.
Right.
None of that. So you'll enjoy this. My number one is DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf had a great game. 5 catches, 126 yards. He had 1 touchdown, a long of 80. He catches a quick post, and he just he ran like his hair was on fire. In Dublin, Ireland. I mean, that brother was getting it, man.
Oh, they were in Ireland too. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that I like about
the air must be thinner there.
But he was getting it, Irv. He was getting it, man.
Wow.
So he's my number one. Just overall, he had a good game. Contested catches. He came down with the ball. In addition to that 80-yard catch and run. I mean, he just left everybody. I mean, he went across the field, turned the corner, and just kept going. People had angles, and they couldn't catch it.
It's a wondrous thing to watch a big guy like that, man.
Yeah.
Run like the wind. Because back in the day, it was more advantageous for guys my size, 6 foot, 5'11", maybe even shorter, who were quicker to run routes, catch the ball, and outrun people. Now you got guys, 6'6", 6'5", tall, big and strong and lanky. They look like defensive ends running routes. It's tough for a guy that size, that tall, to run down the field, to run full speed and stop and change direction because they're lengthy. It's easy for a guy who has a lower center of gravity, obviously, to run down, stop, change directions, and move better. But it's really poetic to watch guys I like watching him when he's on highlights and you see him running down the field with the ball in his hand or jumping up and making a great catch, DK Metcalf.
I mean, he's physical. If I had to say who he reminded you of, you'll be surprised. He catches and runs the ball like Derek does.
Derek Henry. Does. And I was going to mention Derek's name. Yeah,
that's how he plays the position, man.
Right.
I mean, real physical and will take anybody on. Get off me.
He's bigger than most of them anyway, like A.J. Brown. Yeah, he's bigger than most of them. I'll be punking him, trying to punk him too.
So, that's my number one. All right.
All right, we got a few people. Loving My Destiny is on. Loving My Destiny, God bless you. Thank you for your support. Paul Holes, I think that's how you say that. Holes. Okay. I hope if I'm saying it wrong, Paul, please charge it to my head, not my heart. I'm not doing it on purpose. He said, "Heck yeah." Okay. Just a couple of
his name. You butchered his name.
It's H-U. Okay, you say it. H-U-L-S-E. Holes. 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 I think it's Holes.
Halsey.
Is it Halsey? It's not Halsey. Paul, did I say it right, Paul? Write in the comments yes or no, or shut up. Stop saying my name the wrong way.
Hey, so let's talk about your Philadelphia Eagles, man. So the Bucks traveled to Philly. And
no. Philly went to the Bucks. Yeah.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Philly came to Florida.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I was like, they're not going to beat the Bucks in Tampa. I didn't believe that was going to happen. But at the start of the game, they jumped on them like they stole something.
Right.
I mean, they jumped on them, and they didn't come off. They didn't come off at all. I mean, they had them 24-6 at halftime. I mean, that block punt to start.
Right.
With special teams, when you get something like that,
right,
that kind of jump starts everything.
Yep. That's a free 6 points.
Big time. And so, here's the thing. Here's my question to you. Is Philly that good, or did Tampa have an off day without Mike Evans? Second part of that question. Do you win that game if they had Mike Evans?
Wow. That's a good question.
You're pausing on me.
But I mean, because there was a lot that went on in that game. For the Eagles, it was the opposite of what happened in the Rams game. The Rams game, the first half of the game, they were absolutely horrible. They couldn't do anything right, couldn't get anything going, and go all the way up until after the first offensive series when they fumbled the ball, and then the Rams took it and scored because they had a short field. Then that's when the Eagles got on track, started throwing the ball, and guys were playing with a sense of urgency, and they started putting points on the board, and it went down to blocked field goal. Right. But they played, Jalen threw for over 220. It was 220 plus yards in the second half. So the first half they come out, and that's what they did the first half. They got the jump start with the block punt, scoop and scored with it. Then the next time they got the ball, they went down. They had a long drive, went down and scored. Now they're up 14-0. I'm thinking, okay, this is good. They can just, not coast, but they're in control. They're in control now. And Tampa looked like they were phased. It looked like they got dazed, like they were a boxer and bang, got hit in the nose, and they were dazed like, oh, what's going on? So I'm thinking it's in hand. And then they come out in the second half, and they played like they played in the first half with the Rams. Jalen didn't complete a pass in the second half. Not one pass.
So you know what
they had 7 offensive series in the second half. 5 of those offensive series, they went 3 and out. 5 offensive series in a row.
Wow. But to some of your points, what concerns me, Irv, is the secondary for Philly. That concerns me.
They got some young cats there. Yeah, they got some young cats.
You get somebody that's going to chunk that ball all over the place.
Right. Now, Quinyon Mitchell is a shutdown corner, and he played very well, only gave up a couple of catches. But the rest of those guys, they had Ringo playing on the other corner. They gave up 2 70-plus yard bombs.
Now, all they had to do was the one of them to Ibuka, all the guy had to do was turn around. And then the one to Irving, same thing. Bucky Irving. Turn around. The DBs are not turning around. I mean, the ball, the one to Bucky Irving, the ball went right by the DB.
Right by the DB, yep. Yeah.
All he had to do was turn around. He had a pick.
So to a certain extent, that's a concern because they're young cats, but I guess they'll figure it out.
Okay. It's after the fourth week, like you said.
But I thought Baker Mayfield, that interception that he threw and he scrambled and he was trying to fit it in the back of the end zone, he didn't, the ball got tipped actually, but even if the ball got tipped, I think it would have still been intercepted or at least knocked down. He just, he didn't. I think Irving had a fumble as well. He just didn't have enough time, I guess. But he's dangerous. Don't get me wrong. Baker Mayfield, over the years, 4 years ago, I was not impressed with Baker Mayfield.
Carolina.
Up until he got to Tampa and got settled in and started gaining and learning who he was and understanding offense or their offense and getting his feet planted deeper into in terms of years and experience. Man, that cat, he's a problem now. Yeah.
I never count him out.
Yeah, he's a legitimate. He's a competitor too, man. He you can see he's got an edge to him, and he's a guy. Yeah, like you said, you just can't count out. Great win for the Eagles. I think the defense got tired in the second half because it was hot. It was 100 degrees. And the offense.
It wasn't 100 degrees down.
It was 100 degrees. Yes, it was.
It's been overcast. It was not 100 degrees.
It was 100 degrees, Mike.
I'm in Orlando. I'm down the street. It was not 100 degrees.
Okay, it felt like 100 degrees then. It might not have been 100, but it was felt whatever it was. They said it was 100 degrees. Yeah. So and then the defense got tired. Why? Because the offense kept going 3 and out in the second half. So defense got a little winded, and I believe that's a part of why those couple of big long balls were caught for touchdowns. But, they're winning and they're not playing well.
But, we said this last year. At some point, it'll catch up to you. Although they were able to ride it all the way and win the Super Bowl. So I ain't mad at them. But here's the thing.
Last year they figured it out. They started playing good ball last year.
Yeah, towards the end. That's true.
Yeah,
so let me ask you a question. Jalen Hurts averaged 5 yards per pass attempt. Is that a concern for you? 5 yards per pass attempt.
My concern is, again, like we said, all the talent they have. You got A.J. Brown, you got Devontae Smith, you got Dallas Goedert, you got Saquon Barkley, you got Jalen Hurts. You got all of this talent that has proven you can play bad for a half, and because you're so talented, you can just throw the ball up and these cats will start catching it and you make plays. Yeah, it's a concern of mine because the offense, when you look at it, all it is they do mirrored routes, Mike. They'll do curls on the outside. They do slants on the outside. They'll do stops on the outside, but it's all like mirrored routes. They got a little creative with the in the Tampa game, the shovel pass and the fake tush push. They got a little creative in that game, which, we haven't seen that all year long. But for the most part, and that's part of what's going on with A.J. Brown. And DBs are playing him like, okay, we know what you're going to run. He only runs 3 routes: a slant, a stop, or a go. That's it. I've only seen last year they had him running crossing routes. They don't move him. He always stays on the X side of the formation. They don't move him. When they throw Devontae in motion across the line, it's going to be a run. Every time Devontae goes across in motion.
Everybody's not a move guy. He may not be a move guy.
But you know what? He's a talented guy. He's got to be able to move. You got, listen, all my career, okay, and I give John Gruden all the credit in the world because when I was in Philly, it wasn't A.J. Brown and Devontae. We didn't have a whole bunch of talent. I was the number one receiver, and a lot of times defenses knew I was getting the ball. But Gruden was able to get me the ball. Why? Because he would move me around, put me in motion, shift me. Right. Not always put me to the X side, put me on the Z side, and run, good formatted, what's the word I'm looking for? Good planned out tree routes.
Okay.
Where we were, again, like I said last week, flooding areas. It's just too vanilla. They got all of that talent, and they're not using it. They're not being creative offensively. They've got to get guys crossing. Man, you see that all the time. Guys crossing and got DBs running into each other. They got none of that going on right now. Well, and the run game.
You got to go talk to he's a new coordinator. Remember we talked about it.
He's a novice. Yeah, he's a novice. I think when it gets hot, he gets more cautious. He gets vanilla. But I mean, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous how vanilla and how inconsistent he is with his play calling when it comes to being creative. And then you got Saquon, he's not getting any yards because they keep trying to run the ball into the teeth of the defense. They're running the ball between the tackles. Saquon, he can do that, but you need to run some stretch plays, some zone blocking, get Jalen up underneath the center so he can turn around and hand the ball to Saquon. So Saquon has some options about where he can go. He can cut that ball back when they're playing that zone, when they're running zone blocking.
Well, you have connections.
Find his own hole.
You need to go over to the link field and you need to, get in somebody's ear and tell them.
They don't let nobody up there, man. It ain't like it used to be, man. I can't even walk. I can't go to practice. I can't get to practice. I can't even go see a practice. They don't let former players, and particularly me, they don't want me up in there. But they don't let you're a fan. I'm like a fan. I got to call somebody. I got to pay for a ticket to get to watch practice. They don't let people up in there, man. It's different now.
Yeah.
It's different. But yeah, they have the Broncos. Tampa's 3-1. The Eagles are 4-0 now. Who's Tampa play next? I don't know. They're not out of it. I don't know who they play next, but listen, they could have won that game. They very easily could have won that game. Particularly if Baker Mayfield doesn't throw that last interception, because they were on their way down to score. And even after that, they could have, they still had a chance to win the game, come back and kick a field goal and go ahead. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what
they
it
were
is.
1-4 in the Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni regime in terms of how many times they won and lost against Tampa. They were 1-4. Mm-hmm. 2 of those 4 losses, though, Tom Brady
Well, yeah.
playing at quarterback in Tampa, so that ain't so bad.
Ain't so bad.
But yeah, they got the stink off them. They were able to go down to Tampa and pull out a win. And again,
All right.
it's a win. It's a win.
It's a win.
However you get it, it's still a win.
You'll take it. All right. So Baltimore, the 4:00 game, that was a game of the week. Baltimore going to play Kansas City. I'll let you start off with that one.
No. First of all, Baltimore last week. Did we talk about this last week? Did we talk about Baltimore last week?
About how Baltimore's a tease?
Yeah, how they got beat up by the Lions.
Right.
They wore all that black and
No, that was your pick. You said because they've never lost. They've never lost wearing all black.
I didn't say never. They only lost a couple of. They only lost a couple of times wearing black. I didn't say never lost. The stat wasn't never lost. But yeah, you thought they were going to win too against the Lions.
I did, but you know what? I'm about sick of them because they be teasing.
I'm sick of them too.
What? And they get all.
It's like they're snake bitten, and they got drilled by the Chiefs. The Chiefs just drilled them. Xavier Worthy is back. You know, they lost him the first week of the season. Ran into Kelsey and messed his shoulder up. He's back, and he was smoked. And it's only his second year, so he's really. People are still wondering, you know, what kind of receiver he's really going to be. And he showed it, man. 5 catches, 83 yards, 37-yard long one. He had 2 runs for a total of 38 yards, but one of them was 35 yards, that little end around thing. And
he was their leading rusher. He's the
leading rusher. Yeah. So he's back. He's back, and Mahomes feels comfortable with him. He likes the fact that he can take the top off the defense because he's got that kind of speed. Yeah. I'm looking at Harbaugh during the game, Coach John Harbaugh, and he just looked exhausted, man. He looked exhausted. He looked stressed. He looked like he doesn't know, like he doesn't have the answer to their problems, whatever their malfunction is right now that's going on. And obviously we know they can't stop anybody on defense. Derrick Henry's trying to figure out how not to fumble the ball. He got fumbleitis now. And then, you know, got a hamstring now, Lamar. He had to come out the game with a hamstring. So, I don't know. They have the Texans next Sunday. It's
Well, you know, the thing that's bothers me about the Ravens is they tease us against the Bills. They tease us against the Lions, and then and then the Chiefs. I mean, they tease you with good plays. But here's the problem, I think. If you think back to when we were playing, when they had, you know, the Ed Reeves and the Lewis, they had a defensive identity.
Right.
And they don't have that now. They're trying to live off some of the past identities of that defense. It ain't there.
No.
It is not there. And I think, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll finish.
I think that's part of the problem too. They're trying to live off past laurels. And so here's the thing. They ran up against KC, like you mentioned. Not only Worthy's back, Hollywood Brown is back.
Yes.
That gives them another weapon.
Right.
You pair that with Kelsey. Excuse me. You pair that with Kelsey. And here's the thing. The quarterback for KC, he played looser to me than he ever has, because he seemed like, okay, I got my weapons.
I got my dudes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you saw that. And, you know, because at one point they had him 27-10 at one point in the third quarter. So I'm like, this is a wrap, you know. So I'm not so sure because, again, Baltimore started real good, and then they just tanked. It just went downhill.
Right,
so
right.
I'm not so sure whether they're going to correct this in time, or they're going to just be another, well, they just didn't make the playoffs. And, well, they just can't get it done, especially now. You know, he may be done, 2 weeks? You want to give his hamstring 2? All depends on how bad it is.
Well, he's a fast runner, so yeah, he's going to take him a couple. You know that with somebody who can run that fast. If you don't run as fast as he had or can, and we used to be able to run, it doesn't take as long for a hamstring to heal up. But when you're a fast runner like that, you put that kind of strain and stress on that hamstring. Yeah, it's going to take a couple 3 weeks before he can get out there and move like he wants to move. And to your point. Well, in their defense, in the Ravens' defense on defense, They were down 7 starters at one point in that game. They had 7 starters out. They went in with these starters, and 7 of those 11 that started on defense were down and out of the game at some point during that game. So that's to their defense. But hey, the next man's got to step up. Now, one thing that I did see that I did not see from the Chiefs and Mahomes in those couple of losses that they had, the one in particular with the Eagles, is the swag. You know, he's got this little swag about him, and you could see that come back. And he had that in this game against the Ravens. He had that little swag, like, I'm back, confidence. I got my receivers. He's throwing the ball and throwing the ball in spots. You know, he's a great quarterback anyway. You know, arguably one of the best ever. He can put the ball through the eye of a needle if he wanted to. But man, he had just the swag and his demeanor. You could see in his presence. It was back.
But they better get their run game together. They're going to need it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Pacheco. They got that new that rookie left tackle who was supposed to fix the problems for the left tackle, because they had problems with the left tackle the last couple of years, left side. You know, we tried to take someone from the right side and move them over to the left. It wasn't the answer. So they got Simmons, who's supposed to be the answer, I guess.
You have 2 good backs. You have Pacheco, and you have Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 good backs. They got to run the ball. That stuff is, you know, you're going to get up a team that's going to shut down that little pass. You better start running the ball. I think that's the missing thing that they need at this point. So,
Richard Melton said, come on now. How is Chiefs balling against a defense that can't stop the run, can't stop the pass, can't hold on to the ball, just trash? Please tell me. Okay, Richard Melton.
But he's speaking from a Buffalo fan.
Well, yeah, he got his chest poked out right now.
But Richard, Irv made the point that they did not have all their starters.
Right.
I mean, you know, you can't miss 7 starters through the course of a game and think you're going to be hitting on all cylinders.
That's
right.
You
gotta, you know, that's just true. You know,
but that's when the offense has got to step up and take up the slack. And Lamar Jackson, over time, you know this. We've seen it year in and year out with the Ravens. You know, they start the season off, we think they're going to be great, and talent-wise, they're great. Lamar's a great quarterback, but man, he just cannot get over the hump. Whatever the hump is for them.
I'm tired of being teased.
They can't get over the hump. And this year's not going to be any different. I don't know how far they're going to make it. He's going to be down the next couple of weeks. So Harbaugh's got his job cut out for him to get that offense going and to, you know, get those guys healthy on defense and start playing some good defense like the Ravens over the years have been known for.
I'm going to quiz you. Who's the backup quarterback to Lamar?
I don't know. It's a black guy. I know that.
No, it's not.
It is Huntley, a black guy.
No, it's not. It was Huntley before. Remember, Huntley got shipped off.
So who is it now?
It's Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush?
Cooper Rush is the backup quarterback.
Get out of here.
I'm telling you, that's who the backup quarterback is. So it'll be interesting. Cooper Rush.
That's going to be interesting to watch that. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Sunday night game. Let's end on a high note. Wrap up the Sunday night game.
We're not. Oh, that's Cowboys and Packers.
Cowboys and Packers. We won't take us long with this one. Your Dolphins just scored again. They're getting ready to kick the field goal. They up.
So what's the score now?
It'll be 10 if they get the field goal.
Okay.
So that's what it looks like right now. All right. So Dallas versus Green Bay. I'm gonna tell you, this game made me sick. You know why? Because it's like nobody wants to win the game. I wasn't all that impressed. First of all, Dallas is trash. Green Bay is looking like trash. I'm like, well, somebody who nobody wanted to win the game. So you had 2 teams, in my opinion, I don't think they're going anywhere. A tie ball game. Both of them put up 40 points. Who does that?
Where was the defense? That's my question. Where was the Green Bay Packers defense? CeeDee Lamb was not in the game for Dallas. So what happened to the defense? I mean, Micah Parsons, he showed up. He did come back and play with Lil Vince. I mean, he had 7 pressures. They only had 10 pressures as a team. He had 7 of those pressures. He had 3 tackles, 3 quarterback hits, and he had the only sack that they got.
Yeah.
So Dallas is not, I mean, don't get me wrong. Dak Prescott shows up when he has to show up. When he needs to show up, Dak Prescott, he does it. I mean, when he shows up, the Cowboys got a chance.
Right.
When he shows up, the Cowboys got a chance. What he had, 31 or 40, 319 yards, 3 TDs, and he had a rushing TD. He was balling, man. And the Packers were balling too, but on offense they were balling, but defense they were terrible. They were terrible. Which to me, again, like you, it was a surprise. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to this team? 2 weeks ago, they were being touted as a potential Super Bowl contender.
True.
2 weeks ago, but they fall in that category. Like I said, Mike. Okay, this is the 4th week. Week 5, we'll finally figure out what everybody got to give them 4 weeks. It's early in the season. They're still trying to figure it out. They still got their little soft shoes on. They're gonna put the hard shoes on now and start playing ball for real. It's hard, man.
Well,
I mean, when they didn't have CeeDee Lamb, if they're supposed to be that good of a defense, they should have been able to stop, at least keep them from scoring 40 points. They should have been able to at least keep Dallas from scoring 40 points. I'm concerned, not for Dallas. Listen, obviously the Packers felt worse about this game after the game than Dallas did. Dallas felt good about it. The Packers felt bad.
Well, no tie is good. I mean, we don't take the ties. I'm like, yeah, y'all do. Stop.
Yeah, you gonna take a tie?
Y'all happy for a tie.
They should be happy to get out of that game with a tie because they should have lost that game. If Green Bay would have played like they have been playing,
right,
there's no way that Dallas should have kept up with them, particularly with the number 1 receiver out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was I was just disappointed in the Packers, and now they got a question mark. In my opinion, they have a question mark moving forward by that team. Well, let's see what they do in the next couple of weeks. Let's see if they, maybe it was just a bad game for them. But that was not the time to have a bad game when you got Micah Parsons going back to the Cowboys to let them see that it was a mistake to let him go. He should have went there and they should have helped him wreck house. He should have went back and wrecked the house.
All right, so the Monday night game. Give me your prediction. Who's going to win that one? Jets and the Dolphins. Right now you don't cheat a little bit. Just act like you don't know. It's 10-0 the Dolphins at home.
All right, let me shout out Eddie Casper. Shout out.
Okay.
They keep writing everything. Dak just doesn't show up in the playoffs. He doesn't. Dak Prescott.
That's true.
He doesn't. Yeah. Richard Melton says, Dolphins scored after a 17-play drive. 9 minutes later, took them long enough. Boy, Richard, are you just a disgruntled Buffalo Bills fan? Boy, you rough around the edges. PJ Dolan, what's going on, Mr. Mayor? That's the mayor.
All right.
Of Delco, PJ Dolan.
Dignitaries in the house. Okay.
Yeah, we got dignitaries in the house. I like that. That's my podcast is at his in his place tomorrow.
Okay.
So, those are the new ones. Shout out to you.
All right.
Who are the Dolphins playing?
The Jets. Jets. Jets.
Gosh. Are the Jets 0-4 right now? They're both 0-4, right? Ain't neither one of them won a game. Right? Ain't neither one of them won a game.
I want to say the Jets won one.
They ain't win no game.
I want to say the Jets won one.
They're in Miami, correct?
They're in Miami.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
That's a good pick.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Yeah.
They played better last week against the Bills.
Yeah, they did. I was, and that's a team that should have just came in and smoked them, and they fought hard. It was a good game. So and
the Jets, it's hard for them to lose at home too. They play well.
And the Jets are rebuilding. They're 2-3 years away.
And Justin Fields is coming back after being out. So I'm gonna give the nod to the Dolphins. You got the late game. We got a doubleheader. I know you'll be asleep. I'll probably be right behind you.
I'll be asleep at 8:15. It's almost 8:00 now.
Bengals at the Broncos. What do you think about the Bengals? Their chances with Jay Browning as the backup quarterback. You don't even know who I'm talking about.
I like Bo Nix, man.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's tough. I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with as time goes on. As long as they're able to obviously build a team around him. I'm going to go with the Broncos because I think the Broncos are going to come in here next week with the Eagles and give the Eagles a problem. It's been a lot of emotion with the Eagles, a lot of stuff to deal with, and they're going to mess around and probably overlook the Broncos, and the Broncos might slip in here and give them a problem.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go with.
I take the Broncos.
Well. I like Bo Nix as well. Cortland Sutton, the talented wide receiver. And I also like their defense. They have a defense that flies around.
Right. And they always have had a decent defense. They've just been lacking offensively. And when they made that move to get Bo Nix to draft him a couple years ago, that was the beginning of their rebuilding.
Speaking of that, as we get ready to close, what did you think about Jason Dart, the quarterback from the Giants? He ran. I mean, he was juking and
he's running for life.
he played well. First game, they won. I mean, I gotta give credit where credit is due. So he'll be fun to watch moving forward.
I hope that he's ready. Running. That's what a lot of the rookie quarterbacks do when they first get in the league. The ones that can run,
right? They
do a lot of running. They don't sit back and read defenses and go through their reads 1, 2, 3 and then run if it's not there. They look at their first read and there's pressure, they're gone. They do a lot of that. If he keeps doing a lot of that, he's not going to last because
they're going to get the book. They're going to get the book on him soon.
Yeah. He's not going to last because he's going to get hit for one. He's playing with grown men now. You ain't in college anymore.
Yeah, they're going to put a spy right down there and spy him. They're going to stop all of that. So he was fun to watch, though.
Again, it's the same thing I said with the rest of the league. It's y'all got your 4 games in now. All right? NFL, y'all got your 4 games in now. Let's see what the real deal is in week 5.
So you're saying next week you're going to be all on them?
You're
going to be all over.
Yeah, you got your 4 weeks of grace. You got your 4 weeks of preseason during the regular season, whatever. You got your 4 weeks. The 4 weeks is up. Time has lapsed. It's expired. Play ball.
All right, man.
Play ball.
All right. Well, that's a wrap, brother. Go ahead and give us a shout out so we can get out of here so we can watch your Dolphins.
Win the game. Well, shout out to Richard Melton, Eddie Casper. Thanks for being with us today. Billy Bell, Gary Timpson in the house. Right. PJ Dolan in the house. I said Richard Melton already. I said Billy Bell. Loving My Destiny. Shout out to you. Paul Hulse. I think that's how you say his name. I don't think he was listening still when we asked him how you say your name or if I said it right or not. I think Mike Kramer's calling me. Richard Melton in the house. Ben Strait in the house. Shout out to you. John Ways in the house. Shout out to you. Orlando Council Pettigrew. Shout out to you. Teresa Gardner. That's what it said. Teresa Gardner. Shout out to you. Gregory Bridges. Shout out to you. Rodney Lewis in the house, my former teammate. He was the defensive back in Nebraska. Rodney Lewis. My mother's in the house. Mama, shout out to you. Love you. Sonia L. Thomas Fry in the house. Shout out to you, sis.
So many people don't want you giving their whole name, man. What if they run
it's on the screen. They're putting it out there.
Maybe just their first name.
No. Dawn is in the house. I know Dawn is just DW. Dawn's in the house. And I think I said that was it. Yeah, that's it. Shout out to all y'all. Thanks for your support.
Appreciate
Wide House World. We'll see y'all next week. We out here. Wait a minute. Let me get this button. I got to hit the right button. There it is. There's a button.
This has been Whiteout's World. Touchdown. The legends. Irving Fryar and Michael Timpson. Are you freaking kidding me? If it's football talk you're looking for, I think we've got you covered. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on YouTube at Whiteout's World. See you next time.
Let's go! Let's go! 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 Go!